Oh, Gerald, Gerald, look at the beautiful waves.
What's that boat on the horizon? What it do, Primate Nation? It's your boy Jovan coming back at you with another video, and this one stemmed from a weird thought. I thought to myself, well, first, I was watching a YouTube video that was going over the Mario Kart 8 speedrun history, and one of the speedrunners throughout its history had an avatar that was Donkey Kong with a Viking helmet on. And that just made me go, what would even happen if you tried to induct an ape to be a Viking? Like, what, how would that go down? Like, would they be like weirdly successful at it? So for today's video, I figure, why not rank the apes in success of being a Viking? But here's the thing. I want there to be like some rules around it, so I'm going to break things up into 3 ways, and that is weapon proficiency, getting down with the culture, so that means like, eating shrooms and doing other weird stuff the Vikings did, and then third is battle habits, which is like intimidation techniques and stuff like that. So, without any further ado, let's get into it.
Tier list!
Okay, folks, here you have it. These are the apes of existence. There's 5 apes, great apes, and then 1 lesser ape. That lesser ape, so unfortunate that it's called that, is the gibbon. I don't know what the scientists were thinking. And this is kind of arbitrary. I imagine that there is some underlying science behind the different classifications. Like, I know that there's tons of different orangutans in the world, but there's only 1 orangutan species. Chimpanzees, there are many types. Once upon a time, the bonobos here were called pygmy chimps, but later now they are known as their own species. Then you got gorillas, there are many different types of gorillas. And gibbons, there are many types. So what differentiates specifically the chimps and the bonobos? I'm not entirely sure, but they are completely separated, whereas the different types of gorillas and orangutans, that's just a quirk. With all that said, let's jump into which ape would be the best Viking. So, notwithstanding this skinned human being over here, let's just start at the top. So the first one we have here are the orangutans. They are very, generally, peaceful creatures. However, I do believe that their, general limb strength is a lot stronger than humans. So, when it comes to using weaponry, I believe that orangutans are, they got a tier above human beings. However, in saying that, also, they are generally known as being lanky, kind of clumsy peeps. So do we want to give them a lot of credit? Like, they might be able to hold an axe like it's no one's business, but then if they tried to throw said axe, it might completely miss the mark. So there's that topic. The next one, culture. Would orangutans get down with doing shrooms and the like? I kind of don't think so. Something about orangutans, the vibe they give me is that they're just sober dudes. Like, they don't seem like they would be down. They seem pretty straight X, or whatever the kids call it, where it's like, no drugs for me, thanks, I'm cool as am. That's orangutans in my mind. And finally, intimidation. Orangutans can, of course, bellow. They can make noises, but is it the most intimidating thing in the world? I'm not sure. If they charged you, sure, it would be scary, but so would anything charging you. So you can't exactly up the points in that aspect. So orangutans, I'm not sure. They kind of seem too peaceful. I'm going to put orangutans in below average. Now, moving on from that, we have, of course, aside from human beings and their weaponry, the single most dangerous ape on the planet, and that is the chimpanzee. Everybody has it in their head that gorillas are the scary ones, but I feel like that's just like a cultural misconception, that throughout media history, we've portrayed chimpanzees as cute, cuddly little children. You know, we don't really see them for what they are, which is these scary adult creatures that can kill you. Chimps, by far, again, aside from humans, I feel like are the single most Viking-like species. They perform like intimidation dances. They'll cannibalize other chimps during territory wars to let them know not to come further. So they're very brutal in that sense. I kind of feel like chimps would be down with shrooms as well. You know, that one might be a little more controversial, but just because they're so close to us, I feel like that curiosity might come with it. And then when it comes to weaponry, my goodness, have you seen naked chimps? These dudes are strong. And I too feel like they would have pretty good accuracy because we know with chimps, they'll get sticks and dig it down into ant holes to get some ants. So I feel like they're already getting into that target practice mindset, that grind set, if you will, or that Viking set. I think chimps would be terrific Vikings, scarily so. So I'm going to put chimps up in, I don't know if it's going to go best or not. I mean, this is, of course, silly, antiquated nonsense. I'm going to put chimps in good, okay? Next up, we have gorillas. Gorillas, like I said, they're known for being scary, but are they really? Gorillas, as I understand it, they're herbivores. They don't even eat meat like chimps. So they can't exactly cannibalize. I mean, maybe they could. I don't know if it's been documented or not, but I know that you cannot go on tours in the Congo to see chimps, but you can for gorillas. That's how kind of chill they are. So with that said, they are pretty peaceful in that sense, you know, kind of similar to the orangutan. However, they are definitely stronger than orangutans. I would argue that they are the strongest ape in existence. And so with that said, of course, their blunt force, like if you just give them a Viking shield, that would be enough to like brutalize anyone. But, I mean, would they do so? As far as intimidation goes, they do kind of do that. The alpha males, right? The silverbacks. So they are known for grappling and wrestling each other and coming up with scary antics to try to get rid of the enemy. So that's kind of Viking-like. Now, when it comes to things like doing the shrooms and just, you know, getting it on, I feel like gorillas, they seem a little more chill in that sense. I don't know if they're necessarily all down with that kind of stuff. So, while they are the strongest, I don't know if they're on, like, that chimp level of Vikinghood. So I'm going to put gorillas in okay.
Okay.
All right, next up you have the little lesser ape, Gibbon. These Gibbon boys, they might be hyper and they might shout and pout, but they are the only one aside, like, they're the only one below humans in strength level, I'm pretty sure. So they might not be able to, like, hold a battle axe, but they could probably, like, throw spears and other Viking inventions at people to attack them. So I think they have the ability to be Viking-like, but with that said, I just don't know if Gibbons have what it takes, you know? Intimidation, they shout, so that's intimidating. Doing shrooms, honestly, maybe. Gibbons kind of give me that vibe that they might be one of those sort of apes to get drunk on the beach, steal someone's alcohol. I know that that's famously another monkey that does that in tourist locations, but with Gibbons, I just don't know. I'm sorry, Gibbon. Sorry for this one, but I'm going to put you in bad. Okay, next up. Again, this list is extremely unfair, including humans, because we were Vikings. So, of course, when it comes to intimidation and culture, humans kind of did it the best. That's silly. Sorry, guys. But just is what it is. Granted, in saying that, not only were humans Vikings, but we were also not Vikings. We were the attackers, we were also the victims of Vikings. So human beings are a lot more complex. There's a lot more range than these other beautiful boys, but regardless, I mean, we created the template for this whole thing. Okay, and now finally, we have bonobos. So, bonobos are, of course, lovers, not fighters. And I can already hear you guys typing in there, oh, the Vikings, they were complex too. Whatever, man. Sure, they were a complex culture, like any culture, but they are, of course, famously known for being violent. So they can be lovers, but they're also extreme fighters, and that is not bonobos. However, in saying that, sort of like orangutans, bonobos are wise, peaceful, loving, kind of docile creatures. They love to get it on. But also, I have seen clips where they are really good at defending, so they can get into physical altercations should the occasion arise. So with that, I wouldn't necessarily put them at the same level as the Gibbons, sorry, but I'm going to put bonobos at below average. They have the strength of a chimp, but they don't exactly know how to use it. So there you guys go. That is my list of ranking apes based on their ability to be a Viking. But thank you guys as always for checking this one out. It's been me, your boy Joe Van. Make sure to like and subscribe. Sleep well, fellow primates. And as always, ciao for now. Peace.
Hey. You in there, buddy? You've been sleeping on the beach for 6 hours. It's time to get lost. Don't ask me if the beach is good. I'm just the rock. Bye-bye, everybody. Oh.